Oh yeah, he got bit by a snake. That's why he's Jake the Snake. Yeah, you can hear him on the shoot. You can listen to the podcast, Shoot Me Straight. He's on one of them. You know what episode it is? All right. Episode 98 or 97. It was somewhere in there. That's right. That's right. I need some endorsement money for sure. All right. So hey, we just went over the Berimbolos and the gi, so now we got to do it in no gi. Right, it becomes a lot more challenging because I don't have grips to hold on to my opponent. All right, got to find the hips. I got to hold on to the ankles, use my knees, a lot more crab riding our opponent. So let me use it quick. Nice. So when I'm here on my opponent in this position, like in order to throw like when I do the Hiva, like I want to get his hands to the mat. So putting his hands on the mat is going to help me out here. As he starts to come up, I want to try to put him down. Like start to think about how to drop him on the mat. And I want to get my knee to come to his hip. So like right here in this position, I already want to start thinking about attacking my knee to his hip. Now notice what I didn't do is I haven't turned him. So when I fall over, maybe getting him to turn away from me by pushing of that foot will help me get ahead in that race that we talked about. Okay, and when your opponent goes down flat on their back, just getting his legs above his head is going to help you do the move a lot more. If he puts his hands on the mat, go get to your hands, please. Here, let's scoot back a little bit. Let's scoot right there. Good. Put your hands on the mat like this. Excellent. If he does that right there, it's going to be hard to get his legs above his head. And so like I feel a lot of pressure on my lower back because he's combating the roll by putting his hands on the mat. Okay? So his knees aren't coming over his head. Watch as he drops his get on your back flat. There. It's a lot less stressful on my back because I'm not feeling the pinch on my back because he's head's flat and his legs are above his head. So there's some like pressure between me and my opponent. If he puts his hands on the mat, he's trying to defend. If he puts his back flat on the mat, he needs to now use his hands to push on my legs to defend. Right? I'm not sure which one's better. All right, which one's better is him staying here and keeping the legs down, or him going to his back and using his hands and his hip turning out and pushing. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. But today, like practice it and see which one you like better to defend on. Is putting your hands to the mat or going flat and getting your hips out and pushing them away. Right? I'm sure they both have their pluses and minuses. But what I want to talk about, let's go this way. You on your butt like you were, hands on the mat, good. Is when I'm underneath my opponent here, I'll get there. When I'm underneath my opponent here, like using my legs to continually roll underneath my opponent. So like, I'm trying to roll underneath him. And if I feel like I'm not getting the angle that I want, I can come back under and switch out my legs and roll him the other way. So it's almost like I'm staying in like this crab ride position with my feet. And trying to find a way to expose his back. So when his hands go on the mat like this, me trying to use my legs to spin underneath. Knees open up, My shoestrings are trying to go through his thighs. I'm holding on to his ankles. I'm adjusting my hips underneath him more until I can start to create a space at which I can attack his back. I still don't feel like, I don't know if I'd go under there. Oh, maybe. All right. Let's start the drill from this position here so that he already has his hands down. I put my foot inside. I'm going to push his leg out. I'm going to hold onto the heel. I'm going to get his knee to turn. And I'm going to look to, as I dive underneath my opponent, my hand's going to go to the opposite hip. And what that's going to do for me is get my hip close to his hip. So notice my hip's way over here. As I grab his other side of his hip and I start to come closer, it puts me underneath him more by grabbing this side hip. All right? And then as I start to try to finish out my bolo using the two variations, whether it's the speed variation, where I reach to grab this other foot, my hands is pulling it towards me, where my foot can go on the back of his knee, or my knee can go on the back of his knee, and I start to do the turn. If he keeps, stay on top, yes. Like I feel like I can't turn him anymore. My ability to come back underneath him and maybe come out the other side and try. On like this crab ride. So one leg's on the outside, one leg's on the inside. I put my hook in. I push him away. I'm holding onto his heel. My elbow is turning his foot. My knee is coming on top of his knee. My knee is coming on top of his knee. I'm coming up with my hip up, reaching to get his hip, and I'm putting my head right inside this hole. As I come underneath him, this variation, I'm going to put my hip next to his hip. I'm going to start to put this foot right by his armpit. I'm going to start driving this to the mat, and he's going to feel more pressure on his arms like he wants to fall down on that pressure pass. And I'm going to try to get his hip to come on top of my hip. Grab his shoulder, feed the foot off. So, I don't know. I felt like I could work through that one. How did you feel? So the pressure pass maybe works better when he's on his hands. Do you know, do you guys understand the concept I'm talking? It's probably a bad example to say pressure pass, but like the ability, huh? Wedging your hips, yep. So wedging the hips maybe is a good way to counter this. Because did you feel like you had to bend the arm? Did you feel like you couldn't combat that pressure? Like it just sucked your hips up, right? Yep, yep. So maybe when his hands go to the mat, you use the wedge. All right, so you can either wedge your opponent or you can go back underneath in the crab ride and try to get him to turn one way or the other. All right, so that's what we're practicing. Him combating with his hands on the mat. Okay, you use the wedge or shoot back underneath until you can get him. Any questions? Okay, all right. We're gonna go super slow, like 20%, trying to figure out. Guy on top, bad guy, keep the hands or your head up. Keep your head up by planting your hands on the mat. All right, everybody understand where to start from? We're gonna start not from the De La Hiva, but that seated position. Right here, it's just easier to get a better bite behind our opponent. All right, 1, 2.
younger than when I first met you.
It's not like a tiger.
It's like a ranch.
Jake, like you, I think
tap, but you're not doing it right. I just want to tap so we don't. You're rolling your whole body this way. So in theory, I could keep rolling with it. I'm not going to risk it.
Right.
But you want to turn your lower body.
This way.
Yeah.
Well, like this way.
Yeah. And that's how we practice heel hooks.
Okay.
Tap, now practice it. Shoulders that way, knees this way. Shoulders that way. You gotta go belly down.
You want me to go belly down?
Yep. But think about going belly down.
I wouldn't want to break it this way.
Oh, I'm on the outside. I'm sorry, brother.
Oh.
Belly down this way. Yeah.
Like, okay.
Belly down this way. But turn your knees the other way. Tap.
Should have my wristwatch better too.
Yeah. But it's hard, baby steps. And that's how we safely practice it. So don't not practice it yet. But just when you get the position, tap, and then practice through it. So we get the reps. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know. I just We got one guy who practices the dark arts. He does wrist locks and punch chokes. It's like all sense, you know? Not really. He does a lot of other things, but
The other day, one of our trainers talked, I was like, oh!
Yeah. And it's cool. And it's all good at which the speed you do it matters, you know? It's all fun. And feel free to go as hard as you want, okay? I was just going at your pace. You do you, okay? We're not gonna be upset. Not gonna be upset.
I have an ego, but not here. this coach.
How to deal with that?
Yes.
I think I was saying that Jesus. Yeah, I thought you wanted me to like fix your hair or whatever, fix the head.
I would build a wedge here on the outside. Yep. And put your elbow to the mat and start applying pressure. Now move your elbow up. On the wedge. Yes, like that. Keep moving that elbow up on the wedge while keeping pressure and keeping him down. Yep. See how that's wedge is working it? So it's not muscular strength, but you building that nice little base and warming up. Yep. He hit his hand well, so even if you get that arm up, it's going to be a problem. There you go. You got it. That's just the way I would handle the problem. And then I'd go back and try it again. You can also release that cross face now. But you like cross faces, so I would keep it. Just fill them out. Yeah. You do you. There you go. Get back on it though. Get back underneath. But he's got good wrestling pass. Take his head and pull it this way. Like, head comes this way. Yeah, his head and hips can't come at the same place. Yes, there you go. See how his head and hips can't come that way? Good. See, I got your knee back. Excellent, Professor. Thanks, man. Yeah, head positioning. Head positioning, yeah. If you want to go there, we're shoulder crunch. No, guillotine on it. Try to get your knee line out. Knee's got to come out. Yep, knee's got to come out. Yep. Nice. There's that Iowa wrestling right there. There's that Iowa wrestling. That was beautiful, man. Coming to the top position like that was good. I can never get in that position. When I'm in this guillotine, like this guillotine, I can never get like I know this.
He grabbed my foot.
Yeah, I know. I grabbed your foot too, man. I come in, I try to ride up.
He grabbed under.
You went under me.
Yeah, I passed it over. And he started pulling it in.
I feel like I do the same thing, but your hip usually drops on me, and you're able to slide that knee out. Throw this knee out and drop your hip into my head. That's what I feel like you do.
I think he had control of my knee line too.
How would you have it? Go ahead and get that.
I always felt like you like dog bars. Yeah. I felt like I always.
That's what I'm missing.
I always
this knee,
felt the
then, huh?
threat.
That's
Yeah.
what
I always felt the threat of the dog bar.
That's what I'm missing. He also attacks the other side,
Like a fish.
which makes he does this to you,
Yeah.
which makes your hip turn out. See, I don't have that. I get this foot, and then you're able to do this. Look.
Yeah.
And that's the pressure that.
Yeah, I started trying to
Yes, you turn
wrestle
yourself.
up from
Yes, you do that right there. Yeah, that's what I'm missing. I'm missing
But
that.
I'll do that with this.
Because I get that too, but I don't have that.